Okay, in the last video, we calculated how many of a units of inventory to start the day with if we want to have this percentage, 80% chance of not running out of inventory before the end of the day, given an average and a standard deviation. Well, now what we want to do in this video is say, well, you know, where did we come up with this 80% number? And is that the right number? Maybe it should be 60%. Maybe it should be 99%. Maybe it should be 20%. What's the right percentage? Well, what we'll talk about in class is we want to take into account the costs of underestimating and overestimating sales. So in this case, what we're saying is if we underestimate sales. Let's say we estimate sales are going to be 90 and 91 people want to buy a newspaper that day. We've underestimated sales by 1. So what do we lose? Well, in this case, the example is that we would have made 30 cents profit on that newspaper that we were unable to sell. So it cost us 30 cents to underestimate sales of newspapers. On the other hand, what's our cost if we overestimate? If we estimate 90 newspapers and only 89 people come up and want to buy newspapers, we've got 1 left over at the end of the day. What does that cost us? Well, in this case, the example is that it costs us 20 cents to buy these newspapers. And so the cost to overestimate is 20 cents. And again, if we buy too many, or if we don't buy enough, the cost of our underestimate is 30 cents. So what we can do here is change our probability. Instead of trying different numbers, we're going to use this formula that I've included here. What we want to use for our probability is the cost of our underestimation divided by the sum of our cost of overestimation plus our cost of underestimation. So let me change cell B8 here. Instead of just typing in 80%, I'm going to say equals our cost of underestimating divided by, and then in parentheses, the cost of overestimating plus the cost of underestimating. And let me go ahead and add in a decimal place just to make sure we got it. So what we're saying here is if these are our costs, instead of 80% being the right probability, what we want to maximize our profitability, in this case with these costs, we want to use a percentage of 60%. So in this case, we calculated, left over from last time, a z-score for 60%, and then our formula here is taking 90 plus our standard deviation times that z-score, or 92.53. So to maximize profitability, what I would do is purchase 93 newspapers at the beginning of every day, and I'm going to have a 60% chance of being able to fulfill all the demand. I'm going to have a 40% chance on any particular day of having people come to me and, you know, having to turn them away. But based on these costs, this is the number that maximizes profitability. So take a look at this video and let me know if you have any questions, but this is how we're going to calculate inventory for a single period.